Hello, everyone. My name is Elise Anna Harris. I'm here today because I wanted to share my experience as a triple negative breast cancer survivor. Okay, for many of you, before I start, I want you to know something about me. I'm usually a very private person, and I really don't want anyone knowing my business. I didn't want to reveal it because of the unease of what people would say or think, or if they knew. I realized that I don't have to share any information that I don't want to, but after some thought, I can't be silent anymore. I have to tell you about it. I remember like it was yesterday. It was May 22nd, 2002. I was 36 at the time when I received a message that would ultimately rock my world. The doctor came into the room and told me that I had developed invasive ductal carcinoma, also known as breast cancer. I was doing a regular check when I felt a lump in my breast. I set up an appointment and went to the doctor. I went there with Auntie Shirley. When he gave me the message, I felt like everything just stopped. I don't remember hearing anything after that. I just burst into tears when I got the message. I just let out a scream and the tears started rolling down my face. It was the worst news that any woman could receive. My mother always taught me and my sister to learn about our bodies. I remember her showing us the lump in her breast. My mother always taught me and my sister to become familiar and learn our bodies. I remember her showing us the lump in her breast, and it was the size of a grapefruit. You see, my mother, she had breast cancer twice, and she died at the age of 47. I also learned that my family has a strong history of breast cancer. I knew that my grandmother died of breast cancer. My great grandmother, I'm not sure of. I am the fourth generation of Elise Anna and the only survivor of breast cancer. I am glad there has been breakthroughs over the years. My mother took chemotherapy, and there was no anti-nausea medicine that she could take at the time. Because of the advancement with the medicine with chemotherapy, I was able to work through treatments. My mother didn't have this, although advancements have made advancements along the way. One of the side effects of chemotherapy is hair loss. During the first round, I lost my hair. The second round, even more came out. I remember my hair falling out in bouts of falling out into I fell into a bout of depression because of my hair was coming out. 5 years later, in May of 2007, I was diagnosed with breast cancer again at the age of 41. I was devastated because I just beat it. It felt like I was being sucked back down in the hole again. I couldn't help but ask, why do I have to go through this again? Why me? Why does this keep happening? The third time again I was diagnosed was January 2018, age 52. I felt a lump in my breast. So just like before, I made an appointment with the oncologist. I went into the office with Auntie Shirley. The tech explained that the area on the blackness on the screen was cancer. Auntie Shirley hugged me and I bawled like a baby. After crying, I went through the treatment again. Second round of chemotherapy, I would find myself totally exhausted, not wanting to do anything. Round three, round four, round five, finally 6 rounds of chemo. Next, I cried and said I couldn't. I found myself laying in the bed. My sister came into the room telling me to eat. I could not eat. I was completely out of it. She slapped me in my face and I began crying. Finally, I did eat. I am blessed to say I've endured a total of 12 rounds of chemotherapy and 33 rounds of chemotherapy. As a 3-time cancer survivor, I want everyone to know that support is essential. I've received support from 3 places. Those places are my natural family, my church family, and my other sisters who are going through it. 2 sisters stand out. The first sister was Julie Weems. Our families grew up together, so because of that, it was easier for us to connect. She was the reason why I gave my testimony in October of 2009 at our church at Greater Apostolic Faith Temple. As a survivor, I can assure you that every day is a reason for awareness. The Lord also had different plans for Julie Weems. She died of breast cancer. It is so important. It is so important to make everyone aware of what it is. The next sister I connected with was Winona Hay Jones. In September of 2019, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. We would exchange phone numbers and we would talk weekly. I began to share my experience with chemo and radiation and all of the other experiences that I've had. I told her I had cancer 3 times. She said, "What? You are my shero." She also called me an encyclopedia. She said, "You sure do know a whole lot." I told her I would do research on the subject and I would find a lot of information and I would share with anyone willing to hear me. There was a strong supportive bond I had with her, just like I had did with other breast cancer patients. I told her that it was like the Lord had wanted me to share the information. 1 year later, the Lord had other plans for Winona. She died in 2019. That was a sad day for me. I wanted to share my experience as a triple negative breast cancer survivor so it will encourage other women to become familiar with their bodies, know the family history, and please get your yearly mammograms and to become familiar with your bodies. Thank you and God bless.